Megan.
And I'm Holly.
And we are Worn Out Mama's Cannon. I don't know about you, Holly, but my family loves pinto beans.
Even better, we like pinto beans the second night.
Oh yeah. Today we're going to show you one of our favorite recipes as a Worn Out Mama, and it is second day pinto beans. Now, not only is this a great recipe for Worn Out Mamas, it's also a very inexpensive recipe.
Our families like to buy in bulk and then can, that way we have sides or meals throughout the year.
This is a meal in a jar. Nothing is better than being able to open a jar and have a meal 15 minutes later for your family on one of those nights that you are just so tired.
This is also one of those things that proves that you don't have to have a garden to can. You can can things that you buy at the store. In our bowl, we have about 8 cups of rinsed pinto beans, and we're going to put 1 cup of beans per jar.
You do not want to put more than 1 cup of pinto beans per jar, even though it's going to not look like a lot. Because when we put this boiling water in here and we process it in the pressure canner, it's going to expand.
This is 1 cup in a jar, and I know it doesn't look like much, but I promise it'll get the job done.
Now we're going to put that boiling water in our jars. We're going to put it up until about the inch line, which is like right here.
Then after the boiling water goes in, we're going to put a teaspoon of canning salt in each jar as well.
Now if you were doing pints, so if you did pints for this and you're just wanting a little side and maybe not a meal, you would do half a teaspoon of canning salt. Well, y'all, it looks like we're gonna have to boil a little bit more water for this jar, but we're gonna go ahead and tell you the rest of the steps.
So next we are going to just, instead of air bubbling, we're just gonna stir the jars.
And when we stir those jars, we're gonna let any of those bad beans that might be in there float to the top. Now, I don't know if you can see, but we do have beans floating at the top, and not all of them are bad. So you need to keep a watchful eye and see if it's a bad bean or if it's just a normal pinto bean that's floating. All right, so we just have 1 bad bean. Now that our jars are all finished and we've got the water and the salt in there, it's time for some of our final steps.
We're gonna clean the rims, put our lids on, and then put our rings finger tight.
Now it's time to put our jars in the pressure canner.
We have about 3 quarts of water in our pressure canner. After we put our jars in our pressure canner, we're gonna put our lid on and wait until we see a steady stream of steam. Now that we're done with our 90-minute processing time,
we're waiting for that sweet pop.
Once we hear that sweet pop, that means our job's done. Please like and subscribe.
And don't forget to hit that bell.
Thanks
y'all.